Sitting here with Australia's, dare I say Australia's biggest country music superstar. You'd hate me saying that, but James, mate, you are, and it's a pleasure to chat with you today with New Sport. So thanks for your time, man.
Thanks so much for chatting to me again.
Legend. So we're sitting here at Savannah in the round, your third straight year here at Savannah.
Yeah.
My oh my, how far you're progressing 3 years. I mean, how sentimental is this particular event? Because you've mentioned a few times to me, the first ever country music festival you played was Savannah.
Yep.
You're back here for the third straight year. Every year you seem to get bigger and bigger. What's it like, third year in a row now, man, to be back?
It's very exciting, to be honest, because as I said, it feels like Savannah is a part of my story now. You know, my very first set I played here at 2:30, and there was hardly anybody there listening, and then I came back last year and I think we played like 5 o'clock, and this year we played at 9 o'clock, and it's nice. Like it's cool to feel that progression and have people come along on the journey with me, and I'm really excited to get out there and play.
Yeah.
I feel like we've developed a bit of a family up here. So
yeah, when we think of Savannah, we think of James Johnston. So we're delighted to have you back.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
54.5 million streams, 6 #1 hits, and you now have Aria, the #1 album in the country as of today, raised like that. James Johnston, how the hell does that feel?
Oh mate, I only found out that we went the #1 album, all genres. I got told about 2 hours
Repeat
ago.
that.
#1 album, all genres.
Thank you very much.
With my debut album, and you know what's really cool is that I was having a chat to somebody about this today, and I'm still fully independent, and it is a team of people that have grown through this process with me. We don't have a big label. I'm not signed to a big label. None of that. It is just a core group of people that have believed in this, believed in my music, believed in me from day one, that have kind of grown with me, and to now have that, and to kind of be able to wave that flag, and it's for me, but it's for everybody else that was a part of this project as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people may think that you're an overnight success, but you're not. You've been on the grind for over 10 years to get where you are now. You put in the hard yards, and now you sit here, the #1 album in the country. So congratulations, mate.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We chatted last year. You said, Michael, one of my big goals was to play CMA Fest. Now, you mightn't have played on the big stage at CMA Fest in Nash this year, but you did play at CMA Fest. Just take us through, if you wouldn't mind, just recount that experience. Obviously, there was a passionate group of Aussies who went to your show over there. So how did that feel to get a taste and a vibe for CMA Fest?
It was interesting. I've always loved the challenge of stripping it all back with just me and a guitar, and that's what it was. I've been very lucky. I've made a good name here in Australia, but at the end of the day, over in Nashville, I'm a drop in a very big ocean. You know what I mean? So when I go over there to kind of strip it all back, and you see the artists like Keith and everything that are playing at the stadium, and I was playing on some little side stage in some event hall, but so many of the Aussie contingency showed up and was there supporting me, and that was really special. And I think to know that I've got that base, and somebody always said to me, they said, if you can win your hometown, then win your state, win your country, then you can win the world. But don't try and win the world before you haven't won your hometown.
Great point.
I always thought that was just a great way to look at things and embrace every person that's been with you along the journey. And I've got ambitions. I want to go to Nashville. I want to do that. But at the same time, I'm a proud Aussie. I'm proud of what I get to do and the people that have been on the journey with me from the start.
Just take us back to turn the clock back a bit. You went to Nashville this year, and there was some kind of signing with a label, or some kind of situation with a label in Nashville.
Yeah.
Can you just take us through what that was about and kind of what you signed or didn't sign, etc.?
Yeah. So that company's called CAA, which is a very big booking agent. So what I signed was an international booking agreement with CAA to book me shows around the world. So it's it's not a record deal or a publishing deal or anything like that sort of stuff, which is often related to the music side of things. This is the live performance stuff, and it was, to be honest, it was really going to kick off once I go to Nashville. So I still look after all my bookings here in Australia. My manager does that. We always do it in house. But then when I go over to Nashville, that's when they'll kind of take me on board. But that's not going to happen until I'm in Nashville. But whenever that might be.
Nonetheless, still a pretty exciting development.
It's incredible. They have some of the biggest acts on their books. And it's not. I don't take it for granted. You know, you don't walk over to Nashville and just get signed by CAA. You know, there's literally some of the biggest acts in the world are on their books. So it's a huge step and it's also just the right people to be around. You know, and that's what a lot of this industry is. You know, just surrounding yourself with the right people and for them to have shown interest, and you know, they actually saw me at CMC Rocks, and that conversation's been going for a long time, and they just really believed in what I was doing, and that's exciting to see where that will go. You know, it's definitely nothing's handed to you in that sense, but it's opening doors that could can go many ways, which is great.
Love that. A couple of quick ones now. You've just come off tour with Morgan Evans. I mean, just the feeling of going around the country, showing your wares to national audience. How's that experience?
Yeah, that was really special. I've known Morgan since I was 12 years old, actually. So he was kind of like a big brother to me in a sense. I was involved in an all schools program where we used to perform, and it was the very first time I played on a very big stage. And he could see that I was pretty nervous. So I was only 12 years old, and I think we were playing in front of about 5,000 people a night. And he kind of took me under his wing and showed me the ropes a little bit, and he was always a gentleman back then. And so 20 years later, to be traveling around the country with him and making music, and also for me, getting to play some incredible venues. You know, I got to play some stunning theatres, like the Palais Theatre in Melbourne.
How did that feel?
Oh, it was phenomenal. You know, there was 3,000 people, and it was just this classic, you know, the theatre.
The Palais is beautiful.
Oh, it's just stunning. And to be able to play in that room, and not only play in that room, but also have like such a great crowd show up and be singing my songs in that room. You know, at the end of the day, I was supporting Morgan on that tour. You know, but I really felt like there was a crowd there that was there and supporting me as well, and that was really special.
Last one. I mean, like I said, you've got the #1 album in the country. I mean, people are so familiar with what you're about now. I mean, what's the next 6 to 12 months look like for you now? Like, what's the plan? What's the vision going forward now?
Yeah, so you know, I did my own headlining show in Tamworth at the start of the year, and we're just about to announce that we're going to be doing a few more of those shows in November, which I'm really excited about. Doing a handful of those around the country, and for me, I'm really excited about that because that's my show. I get to control the lighting and the sound and everything, and I get to deliver the experience. And I've always been big on that I want to give people an experience, to leave my concert like feeling something. And so I'm excited to do that. You know, I'm actually working on a few collaborations at the moment. Nothing I can give away, but some really exciting stuff. Some working with some artists that I never thought in a million years that I would get to work with.
Can you drop us a teeny Australian or American?
Australian. Let's just say there's a couple of guys I'm working with at the moment, but some legends of the industry.
Wouldn't be Keith Urban.
No, I'm not giving anything. But just some great legends of the industry, and which has been great. And for them to even kind of give me the time of day I've written the songs that with the people that I've been collaborating with. You know, we wrote the songs together, and we're bringing them to life now, which is really exciting.
Mate, well, all I can say, it's a pleasure. #1 album in the country. It's so good to see you have so much success. You're still as grounded and as lovely as ever. Thanks for your time, man, and power to you.
Thanks, Michael.
Cheers,
Appreciate it,
man.
mate.
All the best.
Cheers.